Hey Empire, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry that I'm late on my predictions. I really am. It was a crazy week. It was a crazy week. Not necessarily good or bad. It was a lot of wild stuff happening, but it was cool. It was cool. But again, I like to apologize to my Empire because I like to try to keep the continuity going. To make it. I try not to be late, especially on my predictions, because I want to make sure that y'all know what I was talking about, because I may miss the Thursday night game, this and that. But luckily, this past Thursday night, I was going to go with the Houston Texans over the Jets because it was nothing that the Jets showed me to make me think that they were going to beat the Houston Texans. But a coworker told me there was nothing that the Houston Texans that showed him that they were going to beat the Jets. And I kind of laughed at it, but watching the game, I was like, damn. Aaron Rodgers remembered he has two top flight wide receivers. Did y'all see that Garrett Wilson catch? God, was that the best? That's the best catch in a while. We done seen a lot of one-handed catches. I done seen some like from the college. We saw one last week with Gesicki with the Cincinnati game. I watched that closely. We saw that. That was nasty. One-handed. You see one-handed catches every week. Damn near. But so we starting off behind the 8 ball anyway at 0-1. If you're new to the predictions video, you're always welcome to drop your predictions down in the comments down below. I do appreciate y'all for stopping by. While you're here, take a second, like, share, and subscribe. We are gonna go over these week 9 predictions. We already starting off 0-1. We were gonna go with the Texans. The Texans unfortunately lost to the Jets. But now we get into the rest of the games, and hopefully we're already starting behind the 500 mark. We can get into a good positive with these slew of games that we have. We have a bunch of nice games this week. We are going to go over them, drop our predictions. First, we have Dallas and Atlanta. Dallas has been on a wild little tailspin. They just lost to the 49ers this past Sunday night. They gave a little fight at the end, but was it more the 49ers pulling their punches at this point? Or was it finally Dallas figuring out what they need to do on offense? CD got free a lot in the end of the third, fourth quarter, which gave Dallas a little fight in them. But ultimately they came up short. Atlanta beat up on the Buccaneers for the second time this year, and they take the number 1 spot in that NFC South. They are flying high. Atlanta can run the ball, not consistently, but enough to give Kirk Chains, give him that play action feel to beat Dallas over the top. I am going to go. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared because this kind of giving me that. I think it was the other way around last time when Dallas went into Atlanta, and I think Dallas was riding high, and Atlanta came in and won. If I'm remembering correctly, my Dallas fans, keep me honest. Or my football fans, that watch football, just keep me honest. I forgot. It was like a couple years ago. It's just a vivid memory in my head, and I want to say it was Dak. They went into Atlanta, and it was either Atlanta dog walked them, or it was in a situation like this. I don't know. Y'all gonna know better. But I am gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Dallas Cowboys. If Dallas win, am I gonna be surprised? Am I gonna be one of the horns like, oh, Dallas? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be surprised because they have firepower somewhere in their hearts. In their hearts, they have firepower. Dak and CD can hit up, but unfortunately, I'm going with Kirk Chains, Drake London. Hopefully, Kyle Pitts stay consistent so I can put him starting in my fantasy. Next, we have Miami and Buffalo. In Buffalo, Miami never does well in Buffalo. It's November, so it's starting to get cold. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Now, it's a division game. Miami just got Tua back. They lost last week to Arizona Cardinals. Would I be surprised if Miami came out firing probably 2 deep bombs, one to Jalen, one to Tyreek, put Buffalo on their heels to start up? Would I be surprised? No. But who's the better team right now? Who's playing at a better level? Josh Allen is playing at an MVP level. He has that team at 6-2 right now. So they are playing at an extremely high level right now. Miami never does well in Buffalo. So just gonna go with Buffalo. We have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm gonna go with the Las Vegas Raiders. Normally, this season has shown me that Cincinnati beats up on bad teams and they lose against the good teams, the okay teams that got their stuff together. This is going to be one of them games where they lose to the bad team. And then we start wondering what's wrong with Cincinnati. We're going to give up on their season, as a football community. And we're going to see where they're going to go next. Because Jamar Chase is not on contract. We got to see what Joe Shiesty going to do. Zach Taylor, is he the issue? Is it the offensive coordinator? Do they need more firepower on defense? They have a nice offense. Then I'm assuming they would need a running back, a consistent running back. Brown and Moss, they're nice, but they haven't replaced Joe Mixon in that offense yet. They're trying to do it by running back by committee. But every team do not need a running back by committee. Every team is not built to have a running back by committee. Some teams need that running back that you're paying $15, $20, $25 million to hand the ball off. Like it's okay to need a every down back. It's okay. So every team's not built to do running back by committee. Know your lane and stay in it, or find your lane and get it done. But we're going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders. And like I said, ain't nothing they've shown me to say that they was going to beat Cincinnati. I just think this is the downfall of Cincinnati. We have the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Cleveland Browns. And I'm going to go with Cleveland here. Cleveland have this newfound pride, this newfound energy behind Jameis Winston. If you haven't listened to Jameis Winston talk, listen to that man do a press conference. It's beautiful and funny because he be for real. And yeah, the Chargers won last week, but they won against the Saints that are beat up, not playing well. They had their Super Bowl early against the Cowboys, and they are in their Super Bowl slump in the middle of the season. Good thing about the Saints is they are in the NFC South, and that division is like within 2 or 3 games of each other, and we're really at the halfway point of the season. But they don't get that dub here because we're going to go with the Cleveland Browns. Next, we have a game between 2 teams on the don't pick list. We got the New England Patriots, and we got the Tennessee Titans. And the crazy part is, other than week one, when I've picked the Patriots, they've lost. When I've went against the Patriots, they won. So maybe if I want the Patriots to psychologically win, I got to go with the weak-ass Tennessee Titans. But no, this is not going to be no reverse psychology. This isn't going to be no, oh, I did this to do this. That'd be weird. I am going to go with the gosh darn Patriots. Patriots, if you fuck me here, no Diddy, I'm never picking you again, like for the rest of this year. I think you should beat Tennessee. Tennessee showed a whole lot of promise last week in the couple of drives that they scored, but they got ransacked by the fucking Lions that put up 52 on their head. Patriots at least have some momentum going with them. But Patriots, if you lose this, I'm never picking you again. We got Denver Broncos taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Denver have been flying high. I think they've won 4 of their last 5. Baltimore lost last week in an upset with the Browns upsetting them. No Deshaun, Jameis Winston taking the ham. Upsetting them. Did nobody expect Cleveland to win? I don't know what the issue was last week. Maybe they was playing down to the competition. They let them hang around too long. I know they should have most definitely won because Kyle Hamilton dropped a wide open interception before the touchdown play that put the Browns up. So they most definitely could have won that game with just a play here, a play there. But you never want to be in a position to say it was this play here. It was this play here. You never want to have yourself that type of conversation. Surprisingly enough, this is going to be my upset of the week. I feel like they're going to get upset again by the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos will surprise the Baltimore Ravens, and Baltimore will lose 2 back-to-back. I believe it's going to be a well-played game. It's not going to be like turnover-ridden, this, that, and the third. It's just going to be ones where Broncos hang around a little bit too long, field goal to walk off, something like a low-scoring 21-18, you know. Nah, that'd be wild. It'd be like 20-17, you know, something like that. Something low-scoring, maybe. But we are going to go with the Denver Broncos to upset the Baltimore Ravens. Next, we have Washington taking on the Giants. I really don't have to say too much here. I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders. Giants don't get picked. We have New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints. Carolina don't get picked. Even though those are 2 division games back-to-back, I'm not picking them. Not picking Carolina. Saints hadn't showed me nothing. Their offense is abysmal. All they have is Kamara and Olave, but if they don't have offense, a line to get it to them, and they don't have a quarterback to get it to them, they're not gonna prosper at all. Not at all. But Carolina is Carolina. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Jacksonville taking on Philadelphia. Fly Eagles fly. Doug Peterson in the return to Philly. But Eagles have been playing. Eagles, second half of that game is going to continue that momentum because Jalen Hurts, second half, played out of his medulla oblongata. And then Jacksonville has been awful, have been inconsistent, has been, Trevor Lawrence has shrunk down a little bit. They're going to get to Jalen. That pass rush is going to get to Jalen. Maybe not sacks, but they are going to get pressures. But I believe A.J. Brown, Smitty, Saquon, offensive weapons is just going to be a little bit too much for that defense. And Vic Fangio that defense has not been playing bad. I like this. People love to say that Eagles defense have been playing bad. They have not. They have not been playing bad. They've had bad plays here or there. They've had bad little drives. But as far as like game-wise, every week, Eagles defense have been playing good. I ain't going to say great. They have been playing good. You can't say they've been playing bad. Next, we have Chicago and Arizona. Arizona has been playing with a nice little fire to them. Last week, Caleb Williams and that offense was nothing. So with that, I do believe that in this dome, they are going to come back. And they lost off of Hail Mary last week. A Hail Mary, last second walk off. It wasn't like they lost the game as far as they played bad. So good thing this week they can't play any worse. They can just play equally as bad. But their equally as bad was good enough to win the game. They lost off a last second Hail Mary. Arizona beat a Miami team. That offense is getting back on track, and that defense is starting to get consistent. We're going to see how it goes. We got Detroit taking on Green Bay in a divisional game that is going to be high-powered. I honestly think that the Lions is just going to run through them. Even though we have a lot of good divisional games this week. Lions is just going to run through them. And it's not going to be a run-through where it's like 50-14, but it's going to be a run-through to where at no point you're going to think the Packers have it to win the game. The Lions are just going to be in control from start to finish. We have the LA Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to go with the LA Rams. Cooper Kupp is back. Puka Nacua is back. Kyron Williams on that offense is having open running lanes with those two back. Parkins is a nice tight end fit. that can go in and out through the middle, wide out. Defense. You can't really name people on that defense, but that defense is playing well. Seattle just can't get it together. And then for our Sunday night game, we have Indianapolis Colts taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I think Minnesota loses another one. Joe Flacco, Jonathan Taylor, that defense. Who's their coach? Shane? Nah, not Shane. Yeah, Shane Steichen. That's their coach. I miss him. I miss him in Philly. Now, ain't no fake. But we're going to go with the Colts. Something not right with Minnesota. I mean, they started off 5-0. They're going to get back on track. But I feel like they're gonna drop another one here. And then our Monday night game is Tampa Bay taking on Kansas City. And Tampa Bay is going to get to Patrick Mahomes because Todd Bowles is most definitely going to blitz out of the world. On the offense, Baker Mayfield is missing Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. You can see it, but he's still gonna slang that ball. He's still playing at a high level right now. But I feel like that the Kansas City Chiefs is going to be a little bit too much and that they're going to stay undefeated. It is quite possible that the Chiefs could go undefeated this season. Not saying that they will, but it's quite possible that they do. Just be on the lookout for that. But there we have it. We missed Thursday night games. So this is my predictions for week 9. We are going to have Atlanta over Dallas, Buffalo over Miami, Raiders over Bengals, Browns over Chargers, Patriots over Titans. We have Broncos over Ravens, Washington over the Giants. We have the Saints beating the Panthers, Philadelphia beating the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Chicago Bears beating the Arizona Cardinals, Detroit Lions over the Packers, Rams over Seattle, the Colts over the Vikings, and we have the Kansas City Chiefs closing off, staying undefeated, beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to end off week 9. Just going over this list, I would say my top 3 games or my 3 games to watch are going to be, let's run through them. The Miami and Buffalo game. We have to see if Miami is going to get back on track. That is a division game, highly anticipated. We're going to go with the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers because these are the top 2 teams in the NFC North. This is the division game, highly powered. These are both over 500. They have been playing on another level. We're going to see where that one goes. And then the last game is going to be the Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Another division game with number 1 in their division implications in this lane. You never would have, at the beginning of the season, the Rams didn't look like they were going to be in this position. Now that whole division is like within half a game or a game of each other. So it is extremely wide open. Those are my 3 games to watch. Those are my picks for this week. You're more than welcome to leave your picks and your games to watch in the comments down below. I do appreciate y'all for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a blessed one.